favorite ramen noodle restaurants. It's called the Noodle Republic. Pretty cool place in Cambridge, pretty low key, really nice. So the food is delicious. I encourage you to come out and try it. So yeah. Alright guys, so my noodles are finally here. This is my favorite ramen spot in Cambridge. It's pretty cool. I got the corn-fed chicken ramen. If you guys ever decide to stop by, pretty good. You get a lot in your bowl. So much broth, so much noodles and meat. So you get the bang for your buck. So alright guys, I've moved to my next place and I decided to stop by the bar Nova. Pretty cool place. Not too many people out right now just because it's so early in the day, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be packed just because every time I pass by here later on in the day it always is. So I'm just having a sweet cool drink. This one is called the Tickle Me Pink. Pretty cool. And I'm just chilling today, really not doing much. Today's a pretty lazy day for me. I decided to take time off of work just to clear my mind, relax and detox, and be ready to go back in next week. So yeah. So there has been something on my mind lately that I've been wanting to talk about. First of all, I want to apologize for being MIA for so long. Just been really wrapped up in life, work, school, handling business, you know, the typical everyday thing that everyday people are going through. So that's pretty much where I've been going. Not really that present on YouTube, which is a shame, but I gotta take care of my business. But I will definitely try to be more consistent, put more content out there for all of you guys who are still sticking with me after this long period, this long while. So I really appreciate you guys rocking with me for so long. So the topic that's been on my mind lately is basically knowing who's for you, knowing who is supposed to be in your circle, knowing who you should be investing time and effort into. And I think that's something that's one of those trials and tribulations that we go through throughout life. That's one of those lessons we go through that grows us and not only shows us those around us, but also shows us who we are. And it's quite a challenge because you interact and you meet so many people from different walks of life, and I think what most human beings like doing is relating, being a part of something. And when you find something that's similar to you, that you feel like comes from where you come from or has so many similarities, it's nothing different but similarities, you want to connect with it, you want to hold on to it. But that's not always the case in certain situations. And you as a person, you got to realize when someone is good for you. And I think the breaking point or that turning point is when that person isn't beneficial. And I'm not saying with you, view you as something that's always taken, somebody who's always taken, but more of like, it's not a parasitic relationship. I guess that's what I'm trying to allude to. It's not a parasitic relationship. It's more of a mutual relationship. When you have someone in your life who is just there, just to be there, just to take up space and take up air that you could be giving to someone or something else, I feel like that's when you know it's time for a change. And there's nothing wrong with that. Certain people are going to be in your life and they are only going to serve really just one purpose, and that's okay. That's what life is all about. But a lot of people hold on to things that shouldn't be there. They hold on to it and then they miss their blessings or their miracles, however, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to think about, whatever you believe in. You miss that good thing that's supposed to happen to you because you're holding on to something that has no purpose in your life anymore. And one thing that you owe to yourself I don't care who you are, what kind of situation you're in, or what your life is like right now, but the one thing you owe yourself is the pursuit of happiness. Trying to figure out what makes you happy as well as what your purpose is. And if you found that, I give you a round of applause, because that's something that's quite difficult to find, in my opinion. And ultimately, I feel like that's the number one purpose in life, is finding your purpose, figuring out what makes you tick. And for those of you, I guess, who have family who are somewhat tied to something that responsibilities that you have to take care of, I'm not saying neglect your responsibilities. That's not where I'm going at all, but I'm saying that you just have to work a little bit harder just to navigate and move around those obstacles to take care of your responsibilities that have been written into your life, as well as finding your happiness and finding your purpose. Because I feel like it's a life wasted. A life is wasted when someone does not find their purpose. Why are you here on this earth? Why are you here? Are you here to make a change in a positive way, or here for a negative, to make change in a negative way, which I hope it's not negative, but if it is, so be it. That's your thing, bruh. But you have to figure out and identify those obstacles around you that are keeping you from making your mark, finding your purpose, figuring out who you are. And it's quite difficult, because you're gonna run into a lot of people who you feel like you click with, who you feel like it's just like, bam, this is my partner in crime, and they're not. And I think the number one indicator to look out for, as far as it goes with people, is that most people who don't want to see you do well, who are not in your corner, when you cut them off, when you realize that they ain't about diddy squat, that's when they have a problem with you. That's when they have a problem. If you run into somebody who does not want to see you do well at all, has an attitude when you don't want to do the same hood rat things that they doing, continue to move your life in a direction that's going nowhere, no progress, no fulfillment for yourself, no growth, that's when you know you need to change your circle. And there's nothing wrong with that. The thing about being at the top and moving to the top is that there's not too many people up there. You can't take everybody with you, and that's okay. The thing is, as long as you're willing to reach back and help those who want to get to your point. But outside of that, them people who don't want to get there, who don't want to be nothing, who don't want to grow, all they are, dead weight. Dead weight. And they know it. That's the reason why they get upset at you when you get rid of them. They dead weight. If they're not trying to see you grow, help you grow, get you to where you're supposed to be, they don't serve no purpose. And it's a give and take relationship. It's a 50-50 thing. So don't think that it's all about you taking. It's not, because you can't make it to the top. You can't get there without helping others. And yeah, that's pretty much something that's just I feel like there's no way around that lesson. Like, there's no way around that. Like, if they don't serve a purpose, they're not trying to help you get to where you're going, what's the point? And I would say the only people, I'm not gonna say the only people, because I remember all the negative people in my life. Trust me. Just like if you work in customer service, you always remember all the negative customers. We know you out there who be coming up in that office causing ruckus. But back to the point, the people who have made lasting impressions in my life, who have touched me ways beyond they probably thought they never touched me, probably because I'm not that much of a responsive person. But the only people who I remember and I truly value are those who taught me things, those who taught me lessons, whether it be life lessons, professional, personal, I don't care, however you want to label it. People who taught me something. I like to think of my mind as being like this little library. I have little sections marked off for each lesson I've learned and who has taught me that lesson. And so I think that's another thing that has taught me how to categorize people and found people throughout my life. Like, anybody who has taught me something, helped me grow, like, I'm always open, willing to reach back out and connect with them, because I know that they found something within themselves. They found some kind of purpose, and now they're trying to spread it to others. Those people who are just holding on, like you just see them with their fists. The thing about a balled up fist is that nothing can come into it. Nothing can go out and nothing can come into it. And you gotta watch out for people like that. There's a lot of people out there who don't want to see you do well, especially if you're doing better than them. Like, it's crazy. Like, I never understood that. Like, don't be a hater. Like, maybe you should figure out what this person is doing so you can get to that point. But at the same time, a hater is a wonderful audience because you do your thing and you show them what you're capable of. You outshine them. You do what you need to do to get to where you need to go, and hopefully they'll fix their perspective about life. They'll fix their mind, and they'll get on your boat. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say today. The lesson that really has been on my mind. So thank you guys for listening, and yeah, peace you out.